Hello, everybody. I would like to give you some helpful tips on this week's project and working with value and working with charcoal. And I guess to start, also just to acknowledge that I know that working with charcoal and working with new materials can be very difficult. Uh, Learning new things is challenging, and sometimes you take right to it and you're a natural and it just flows, and other times it's a little more challenging. So you may want to just kind of um, keep practicing and motivate yourself, just knowing that with practice you will get there, and just continue that practice with shading, and you will master this. Shading and value are what this week is all about, what the projects are all about. And it really is value that creates that illusion of the third dimension, the illusion of depth, the illusion of form. Without value, you have shape. You have a flat, two-dimensional object, a circle, or it could be a square or whatever that is. If it's a portrait, a line drawing, it's flat, it's two-dimensional. So to create value, to create depth, you have to add value and shading. And the benefit of charcoal is once you get good with charcoal, it's actually really fast, and you can create that illusion of depth and value really quickly. It's also great for contrast. Contrast is the difference between elements of art. So you have a big difference between white and black, and charcoal gets you there really quickly. And it really helps you to create that illusion of form, of the third dimension, very, very quickly. So you're working on it in your sketchbook first, and that is actually one of the sketchbook projects. There's a list and a variety of subjects because you are all at a variety of skill levels. Even everyone who's registered in level 1, you have a broad variety of experiences and skill levels. So depending on your level, there's many things you can work on with value. And I definitely want you to challenge yourself and make this interesting for yourself. You must use charcoal and shading with charcoal, but what you draw is up to you. So if you are a beginner and just working with value, spheres, cubes, cylinders, pyramids, simple forms work really great. And even a step before this, you'll want to work on a value scale where in a flat two-dimensional direction, just a line of value. And I'll attach a handout for that on just working with the value scale. And that's great for your sketchbook practice. And then as you progress, for those of you who are more advanced, you'll want to set up an actual object. Eggs work really great. You can start with objects that are white or neutral in color. White objects are great because you see the full range of value, and without thinking about color yet. We can save color for later. Um, and Cups, you can even create objects. You can take toilet paper rolls and wrap them in paper, or make pyramids or things out of paper. You can create a cube out of paper that you can then set in the light and see how light operates. You want to see how value functions in a three-dimensional space. And there's a very different thing that happens when you're drawing a three-dimensional subject than a flat two-dimensional image. So it's really important to set up a still life, and it can be very small. It could be an egg and a cup. But you can set that in front of a window, you can see how light is cast on your subject, and you can learn a lot about drawing that subject. So you'll definitely want to do that step. Make sure you set up the still life and make sure you're practicing and using charcoal. And then if you're a little more advanced, you can choose different objects that may even have symbolic meaning. You might choose objects that tell us something about yourself or things that you are interested in. Or it could be objects that are more complex and are more challenging. For those of you in my advanced level 2 and level 3, my advanced drawing students, and those of you in level 1 who are more advanced, if we were in the classroom, I would have lots of color materials for you to try. So if you have mastered charcoal and you've mastered black and white, what next? Color. And you can explore that with colored pencil. You can explore that with watercolor, with chalk pastel, with oil pastel. I love oil pastels. You can get, and chalk pastels too. You can get a wide variety of colors for an inexpensive price, and it's like having a whole palette very quickly. And watercolors are fantastic too. So if you are at that advanced level, you might have some of these materials at home, but you maybe have been afraid to explore them. You can send me an email and send me your questions. I'm really only an email away, and I'm more than happy to help you learn some of these new techniques. I'm also going to put some of them into our class. There's a folder for my advanced students, and I'm going to put some of those, maybe some DIY videos or helpful links to some different materials so that you can think about color for your still life. And do think about making this fun for yourself. Pick something that is challenging, but also that's fun and interesting. Drawing and art, it should be an enjoyable pastime. So really think about how you can make this fun for yourself, and that might be in the subject that you choose. It might be something that has personal meaning or that makes you happy, or that connects to another hobby that you really enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your still life, and that's not due until the 26th. I want to give you plenty of time to practice, master those skills, and then apply them to the still life. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work in the discussion. Thank you.